Yes, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Noisy Neighbours podcast. In this episode, Christian, we're talking about Alejandro Garnacho to Arsenal, a rumour that's come out from a Tier 1 Argentinian journalist. We're talking about how does he fit with Arsenal? Why do Arsenal want to do it? And does he start over Martinelli? We're going to come up with this in a minute. Join us, guys, for the chat. See you in a sec. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Noisy Neighbours podcast. I've got my brother here with me. We are talking about Alejandro Garnacho to Arsenal, Christian. Do you want to just sort of preface it with what you told me? You said it's a Tier 1 journalist from Argentina. Do you want to give me the...
This guy, he comes with a little bit of weight, and he's the guy that broke the McAllister transfer to Liverpool. So, people are saying he knows his things. It's all we have to go off. I mean, this blew my mind. And when I said it, I was like, we need to talk on this, bro. I wanted to get my brother's opinion. He has quite strong opinions on Garnacho. So if there's any of you Arsenal boys watching, it'll be a good insight. Me personally, I am mind blown that if this is true, that they're going in for him. What they need is an established player. We see they're moving on Sesko. If you move on Garnacho as well, me and you like Lee Gunner, and we've watched a lot of him over the years, and what he's saying is like, it's a young squad by design, and I tell you what, this Sesko one, and then Garnacho links, I am starting to think like he is bob on with it, because it's more excuses. Oh, well, we're building for the future. Yeah. They'll be better project. No, you've done that now. You've done your project. You now should be winning the fucking league. And Alex, just talk to me, bro. Tell these Arsenal boys what you think you could potentially be losing, what they could be gaining in Alejandro Garnacho.
Well, what we're losing is nothing. What United are the team gaining here? We're gaining a fresher dressing room. We're gaining a cleaner sort of post-match where we don't have to worry about an average player whinging that he only got 20 minutes. And we're not losing a guy. What Arsenal are gaining is somebody that cuts in a lot, he shoots a lot, he misses a lot. So if you want my honest opinion is, I think it's insane. But I don't want to put Arsenal off because I would love them to give us 50 million for this guy. Now, this is something we've done a few episodes on Garnacho. I'm not going to get into the absolute numbers. If for any Arsenal fans might be watching this and might be thinking that he's decent, please go and check them. Go and look at the percentiles in the league. He's very, very low in almost every single dribbling and shooting category. And his statistics are not good, despite what Rio Ferdinand might tell you. So why do I think Arsenal are doing this? Christian, you make a brilliant point. Sesko and Garnacho is the exact thing Arsenal should not be doing. We've just done an episode on Gyökeres where me and you touched on Sesko a little bit, and we were like, why are they not signing the guy who's 27, who's just scored 39 league goals? Why are you committing to a Bundesliga striker who's around the 13 goal mark? He's never cracked 20. You're trying to win the league. You don't want potential. You want to win now. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool have just won the league. They aren't going, Wirtz might get good. Wirtz is good now. Yes, he's a lot of money. Do you know what I'm saying? This is where United are actually gone. We've gone, finally, we've given up with that shit and gone and got Cunha and Buemo and maybe Gyökeres. Now, Gabriel Martinelli's better than Garnacho, so I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I don't love Martinelli.
That's not even a question, by the way.
But just before I let you go on this, I mentioned this in the Gyökeres episode because there's this opinion on young players that really fucks me off. And in fairness, this Rio Ferdinand episode was specifically about Garnacho. It's on his little podcast with his brother was on there, Anton Ferdinand, and the host, I forgot his name. And there was a segment clipped and went around on social media, Christian, and it was about Rio when someone who gets Garnacho for 50, 60 million, they are getting a bargain. Like, how he says it like he's like 15 years old in year 11 on TikTok. And then he said, his stats are unbelievable for a youngster. Well, they're not, but we'll come to that. And then he went, he's 21 years old in a month. He's just going to get better and better and better and better. Now, I won't redo this because I have just done it on the Gyökeres episode. being 21 does not mean you're going to get better and better and better and better. If you're really talented and you manage to add things to your game, you might improve a little bit. I just want to talk about Gabriel Martinelli 2022-23 season, Christian, which in my opinion was Arteta's best season and Arsenal's. Obviously, they came second, but that is what they do. Martinelli made 36 appearances. He was 21 years old, by the way, the same age as Garnacho. So Rio Ferdinand is salivating over Alejandro Garnacho's stats this year. Well, Garnacho got 6 goals, 2 assists in 36 games. Martinelli got 15 goals and 6 assists at the age of 21. And led Arsenal to a pretty good season, to be honest. Obviously, I don't think they didn't win a trophy, but they are good stats. Now, that if anything, well, Martinelli, fuck me, what's he going to look like in 3 years? As it is, he's regressed to the mean a little bit. That season now looks like the anomaly, and now he might just be a decent winger. Mate, you ain't getting a decent winger in Garnacho. You're getting a shit one. Christian, what do you think?
Yeah, look, I couldn't echo your thoughts more on this. For me, this doesn't make any sense. It just, like I was saying at the start, it almost just feeds into, are they looking for more of this PR bullshit that, like, you know, we need to give these guys time. They're exceptional for their age. No, you can't be going down this route anymore. You need players to come in and hit the ground running. And this is what I was saying to you, Alex. The names being bandied around, like we've heard, you know, Rodrigo, that they might be chasing. Yeah. That's fair enough. I hear you on that one. That's absolutely, if you can go and get that done, go and get it done. But then when you're mixing it with Sesko, and then I've heard Garnacho's name being thrown in the mix, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be fucking devastated. Because I'm like, look, do you know why I would be devastated, though? It's not just because of what them signings do for them, which is nothing, by the way, but it's more what it means to everyone else around. It's like, you look what City are doing. They're moving very aggressively. They're buying players that have previously impressed. You know, we know Ain't Nouri's going to come in. We know he's level because he was one of the best left-backs in the Prem. Look at Manchester United even. Look how low they finished. But you know what I mean? As much as I'm a City fan, I want to fucking laugh at him. And I'm not sat here glazing United. But we've seen the model that works in the Prem. You go and buy good Prem proven players from the year before. Look at Fergie, made a very successful career off it. Now, United have gone away from that. And you've been buying these players, potential. They might be good, project. It's a risky strategy. Like we just said on the previous one, Alex, we've seen where it can get you. It can get you Rasmus Højlund, watching him all year. It can get you Garnacho shooting it at the player's legs and it never even reaches the fucking keeper. You know what I mean? And this is where you want to be careful. Liverpool and City are going back to what really works. And now you look at Arsenal. Are they going to regress with the signing of Garnacho? And especially if he's literally getting minutes. And for me, just the answer is yeah. I think you need to go and get a proven star in that position. Do not be going after Garnacho.
They're not. It's just the wrong timeline and everything. It's like, what are we doing? Go and get someone proven. Go and get someone who knows where the net is. Go and get a winger that can do stuff. Just talking about this Rio Ferdinand saying his stats are unbelievable for a young player. Ethan Nwaneri is 3 years younger than Garnacho. Yeah. He got 4 goals, 2 assists. Garnacho got 2 more goals than Nwaneri in 10 more games. So what does that make Nwaneri then? We've just done Martinelli. Christian, Dan James, when he was 22, he got 3 goals, 6 assists in the Prem.
It just seems, Alex. Do you think with football these days... Why did Dan James
continue to get better? Why did Dan James not continue to get better and better and better and better? Do you know why? Because he's just an okay player. That's why.
No, I hear you. I think the standards of football is getting even less. It's just getting less and less every single year. And I feel like you can do I tell you what, it's a fucking brilliant time to be an agent of a footballer because all you need to do is be an agent of a player who can maybe cobble 3 or 4 goals. You could be looking at a 10% commission of a fucking 77 million deal or something mad like that. You know what I mean? Right. The standards are so low these days. It's not like, mate, you have to be managing a player or an agent of a player that's scoring 50 goals. They barely have to show anything anymore. And sometimes you can even get multiple chances. Garnacho, I don't know where this has come from. I don't understand why players of the past are hyping it. I mean, what is Ferdinand doing? On a real, mate, what a great player he was, a great servant for your team. But that guy is an absolute idiot. Some of his opinions, mate. I mean, you are talking, imagine Garnacho played in his era, Alex. You watched the best of Manchester United in that time. Imagine he wasn't getting that many minutes and he came out whinging. They would collectively all grab him by his ankles and his arms and they'd swing him out of OT. They wouldn't give a fuck. So why he's now sat there glazing him on his fucking podcast, it's madness.
He said, Garnacho 60 million is a bargain. That was his exact words. I'm not paraphrasing here. This is a quote from Rio Ferdinand. He said, Garnacho is a £60 million bargain for someone because he's 21, he's got great stats, and he's going to get better for the rest of his life, apparently, because that's what 21-year-olds do. We've just been through this. That is factually incorrect. That 21-year-olds do not, by age, just get better for the rest of the career. This might be a If you're asking me honestly, I think it is it with Garnacho, because what is he suddenly going to get an Eden Hazard low centre of gravity and balance and suddenly turn into a flying winger? Is he going to get Gareth Bale's pace? Is he going to shoot like Robin, cutting in on his right foot? I'm going to go no. I've seen a lot of it, and he doesn't do any of those things. He's average athletically. He gets bullied. He gets bullied off it. You know, funny, that Forest goal the other week, Elanga, a player that actually played for my club, Garnacho's running back. Elanga little boys him. Elanga's not that good, by the way, but I'm just saying, like, physicality in the Prem, and Arsenal are going to put all their chips in for Sesko and Garnacho. They won't. Well, I'll tell you one good thing for Arsenal. They won't come second. They'll come fourth or fifth. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not even hating it. I wouldn't be shocked if United come above Arsenal if they got Sesko and Garnacho. I actually think, I'm looking at Amorim and going, they've got worse, because Havertz is better than Sesko, in my opinion, and Garnacho is just him and Martinelli. Christ almighty. United's potentially. Christian, just before you go, you know, if they go and get Martinelli and Garnacho, that's the Spider-Man meme. You know, where they're both pointing at each other.
Yeah. No, it is, mate.
Is that what they're going for?
If United, honestly, can sell him to Arsenal, United are doing what United usually get done to them. PSG, you have gone on at me about this situation with Ugarte. PSG now have the best midfield on the planet. But they flogged Ugarte for what, 50 million to you boys, or whatever he cost you. If you sell this guy for a lot of money, which seemingly I'm seeing the figures being bandied around, if you get anywhere near to what I'm seeing online, and you potentially then go and get a Gyökeres, I tell you what, Arsenal are in serious danger of this golden era for them, and this opportunity that presented itself where City drop off, Liverpool were looking like, well, they've not really made any big investment prior to, obviously, Florian Wirtz. There was an opportunity for them to steam ahead. Now, I tell you what, if your signings are Benjamin Sesko and Garnacho, forget it. Because you are back to being a top four club. You will be racing for Champions League, and that will be that. I'm telling you right now. I think the Sesko one is even more concerning, Alex, because they got the Jesus one. Was more of a transitional buy, and I actually thought it was a good sign. I like Jesus at City. I thought he's a very good player on the ball. He can play multiple positions. It's just his injuries which have fucked his career. So I didn't mind that signing. The Sesko one, I think, absolutely debilitates that club, because suddenly, I don't think they're going to give Arteta another go at it to go and sign another number 9. He has to work.
Yeah.
And I don't think he can. I've not seen anything from Sesko to tell me he's going to come to the Prem and score 20 goals. I genuinely think you're buying a Liam Delap level striker, but you're paying, 80 mil for him?
If you get Garnacho and Sesko, you've got £140 million worth of investment, and you're on a prayer that Rio Ferdinand on Vibe with 5 said that young players get better forever. That's what you're basically doing. Here's the disclaimer here. Rio Ferdinand's talking about Cristiano Ronaldo because he's one of the very few that continued to get better till he was about 25, 26, and then he plateaued into his prime. Cristiano Ronaldo is not the norm. I assume this is a bit of a given, but Rio Ferdinand hasn't joined the dots. Do you know what I'm saying? Even like Christian, you think about the guys that really, really went on from 21 years old to become amazing. You are talking about Bale. Another freak. He was at left back at Southampton. Suddenly becomes one of the best wingers in the world for Real Madrid. It's a freak. You're not going. There's going to be more Dan Jameses than Gareth Bales. Again, not a hot take, but I do feel like I have to spell this out because people with massive platforms like Rio Ferdinand tell you that 60 mil Garnacho is good because he's actually acknowledging that it's not good right now. But don't worry, everyone. He's going to get better, and he's going to get even better, and he's going to get even better from that. He isn't. Stop it. Don't stop it, actually, Arsenal. Go and buy him. But I'm just saying, stop with the
I'd
bullshit.
actually say, Alex, I'd actually say Ferdinand's a genius. If he is playing this as the maddest PR trick and Arsenal go and sign him, then he's hilarious. Yeah. But the thing is, I actually know how stupid Ferdinand is because he's got history of doing this. So he actually isn't trying to con Arsenal. They are his genuine beliefs, which is even more worrying. But yeah, if United can get this done, look what you're doing. We know the model that works in football. Sell the players that idiots in the world think might be good and go and buy the ones who are. And you will finish above them the next year. I guarantee it. That's what United... The penny has fucking dropped with Manchester United. They've finally done it. Well, let's see where they finish next season. And I'm a City fan, by the way, but let's see where Manchester United finish after going signing Prem-proven players such as Mateus Cunha. If they get Mbeumo over the line, we'll see what happens with it, because they'll be significantly better club.
You're so right, Christian. And especially like looking at Man United, and you know, everyone goes, oh, everyone we've signed post-Fergie's been shit except Bruno. That's not actually been the case. Some signings, I would even say Højlund in the summer, you were looking at it going, disclaimer, if he improves, he looked like he had a good shot, physically quite good. However, to just think he's going to improve, he hasn't. Yeah. One of my favourite signings post-Fergie is Martial. Martial had an amazing first season in a tough side. That Van Gaal team was dog shit. It was worse than this. We didn't. I think we scored the same amount of goals. I don't think we had any forwards. Martial played 50 games and we won an FA Cup. And Rashford, Martial and Rashford, we had them two there. And you go, well, we've got 10 years of these and they're going to keep getting better. Well, let's see where they are now. What, Rashford's 28, Martial's 29, are they, or give or take? One's dotting around in the Greek league and one can't buy a club. So for everyone that goes, they're just going to get better forever, think about what we've seen at our club. I'm speaking to United fans here. You know, there's examples across the world. Just because like Luis Suarez came at 24 and went on from strength to strength in the Prem doesn't mean that that's the norm. Just because Cristiano Ronaldo got better every year doesn't mean that Garnacho is going to, because he isn't. You know, you've got to have the tools. Ronaldo had the tools. Like, Rio is looking at this like going, he's in his head, he's going, well, Ronaldo was good at 18 and then he became world-class at 25. Right, yeah. But we're talking about one of the best players to ever put on a pair of boots here, Rio. You can't be applying that logic to every young player that can put his boots on the right feet. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's Alex, Ferdinand's the one leaving them comments on them posts that you're angry about. When somebody was saying Højlund scored this many goals at 21, same as Zlatan or something. It's fucking Ferdinand's burner.
It's just, I mean, look, I'm all for glass half full, but these are just pouring the glass on their head and shutting their eyes and speaking. It don't make any sense. And the things you mentioned about Rio's era, and you know the guy that wasn't getting minutes in that team, Nani. Okay, not the hot, again, Christian, I'm not coming across with these hot takes here. Nani is 25 times the player Alejandro Garnacho will ever be, and certainly is at 21. Nani was good. Nani could start for a Premier League winning team. Yeah, Garnacho couldn't start for a mid-table team. So what they're thinking, like I said, it's just the Spider-Man meme. It's Martinelli, number 11 for number 17. He comes on. The right back will be laughing. It don't matter who it is. Fucking Frimpong will be like, I've dealt with that div, Martinelli hitting it past me and running it out of play, and now I've got fucking 1B coming on to do the same.
Alex, I don't know what happens. Maybe it's Man United are in a fortunate position because they've got a player who, for whatever reason, holds some sort of name. Maybe his name's fancy and people like it. I don't know. Maybe they like his fucking haircut or something. I really don't know, because the model we have seen in Premier League history to win a title, the Premier League reigning champions do not go and raid 14th, 15th in the league for their players. They don't do it. Do you know why? Because the reason they finished 14th and 15th was because them players were fucking playing every week. Because that is their level. And that is what you're going to do if you go and sign Garnacho. And yeah, bro, honestly, look, if your club can get this over the line and you can then go and reinvest it and you can go and buy a proven player, it's the con of the century.
That's the joke. What Ferdinand's labelling as a bargain, 60 mil, we just spent on Mateus Cunha. So what does he think that is? He must think we've got Cunha for free.
The bargains he's talking about shows a lot of what Man United, where they've gone wrong over the years. Why Man United are in this mess is because some idiot like Ferdinand went, Højlund, what, how many goals, Serie A? Bargain. Yeah, well, someone else did that, and look at the fucking mess that Ineos are now trying to claw out the fucking woodwork. And also, they're all getting shit for it. No, the damage was done. I'm not saying, look, we can have a different argument on them, and maybe they haven't been faultless since they've arrived, but the damage has been done from attitudes similar to Ferdinand's, where you're just blowing up, overhyping a bang average, which again is a compliment because this year he's just been shit. That is what he's been. He's not even been average. Average would be a compliment. Look at the players from the past, Alex, where we used to see guys come through. Look, we're doing a video on Arsenal. I think Walcott's worth a mention. When he broke through, I think he was about 17, weren't he, when he first started getting minutes. Now, fair enough. We haven't really seen anyone burst onto the scene quite like that, and we genuinely did think potential. But let's be honest, did he really get any better post being 21, 22? No, he didn't. Jeremy Doku plays for my club. We signed him. Has he got much better since we signed him? No. Do you know why? Because his fundamentals are what they are. He's pacey, he runs out of ideas, he can't finish. Garnacho has got less than that. He's not pacey, he hasn't got any ideas, he barely gets his shot off to the actual net. When he does, it usually blitzes wide or into the side netting. He's not very quick, he can't beat a man. I just don't know if I am living in some different fucking universe, because I, one, don't understand the pundits that are doing it, unless they've got an ulterior motive or they want clicks. And I certainly don't understand the fans who, to be fair, Alex, like, me and you, all we do is watch our club and we give honest opinions on it. So, yeah, I'm not Jeremy Doku's biggest fan, because I've watched players of the past that have really been class wingers, and the reason we dropped off last year is because we've replaced them great players with bang average ones, and that's what gets you into this mess. Now, if Arsenal go down that route now, it is a dangerous time to start doing it, because Liverpool are going from strength to strength. City are being aggressive in the market. You could really face a situation where this could be the start of Arteta's demise.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right. I mean, how many times are people going to get away with this way of thinking, where it's like 75 million on a 20-year-old, but don't worry, I know he only got 10 goals, but don't worry, he's only 20, so he's going to end up amazing at 25, because one player who has no relationship to that guy did. It has to stop, and it looks like Man United have finally done it. Arsenal come in second. Why have they inherited this thinking where it's like, yeah, he's only got 13 goals, Arsenal fans, but don't worry, because he's only 22, so people like Rio Ferdinand say he'll just get better and better and better and better, and at 28 he'll be like Drogba. It won't happen. Stop it. Benjamin Sesko, this might be it. There's a very good chance it will be it. If anything, Christian, 13 goals might actually reduce because he's going Bundesliga to Prem. So when you say this might be it might get worse. Never mind Garnacho. Garnacho, we've seen what is he gonna roll out of bed one day and turn into fucking Hazard? He isn't. He is what he is. I don't need to echo all your thoughts, because clearly me and you have got a TV that works. All these other people, but this is what they do, mate. And I see it with my club, and I get fucking pissed off. And I see it with match-going fans where they're like, yes, he's awful, but he's 19. Well, let's just focus on the awful bit, shall we?
The conversation shouldn't have got past that bit.
I don't want to talk about, where it's like, there's always a but. Oh, but, well, no, let's just stop there. Let's just go. Rasmus Højlund was shit this season, full stop. Don't go, comma, but he's only 22. I don't care when he were born. I don't care how old he is. I care that he scored 4 league goals this season. And with Garnacho got 6. They got 10 between them.
That's it.
Harry and Lloyd up top. Don't be telling me don't be getting me these Højlund's birth certificate and Garnacho's, and that's your excuse. No, I want to get rid of these players because they're crap.
Yeah. Alex, just a quick one on Arteta, a little bit off topic, but we're touching on Arsenal anyway. I just want your opinion on this. So, obviously, we see them in for Sesko, and we've seen Arteta's transfer policy. We got rid of Aubameyang, and we were led to believe he had an attitude problem. Whether we believe that or not, I don't know. So, if they go for Sesko, do you think Arteta going for this brand of player and this young, it seemingly be that he always goes for the young players that he can develop into what he wants? Do you think it's a bit of a control freak aspect and more of a I'm not a bit of a lesser manager because I can use that excuse as a pillar to lean on later when they're not performing. Because let's face it, if Sesko comes in and he scores the same as he did in Bundesliga, 12, 13 goals, then he can easily come out and say it's a solid first season for Sesko. He'll build on it. It buys Arteta time. It does exactly what he wants. If he goes and gets Gyökeres, do you know why he doesn't want him? Because he's just coming off the back of scoring 50 goals. So if he does go and fucking get him, and he scores 3, then the question marks will be on Arteta. So Arteta sees that more of a risk. Whereas if Sesko improves on 10 goals, 13 goals, which Arteta will think, well, that's a reasonable amount. I bet I could get him to get better. He can say, I made Sesko better. Yeah, but why were you buying him in the first place? That's the question.
That's a good point, and I've got something to back that up as well. I listen to Arsenal fan channels quite a lot, and some of the ones that love Arteta, they go, well, he didn't have a striker. Didn't have a striker all season. Okay, let's just go back. He signed Mikel Merino and Calafiori for about fucking 80 million between them.
Yeah.
Both not needed. Calafiori was just he might as well have just lit 40 million up in flames, really. Pointless, not even that good in a position where they don't need. They got Miles Lewis-Skelly now, who they got for free.
Yeah.
And so you're going, well, he's not got a striker. This is the thing, I have it with fucking my mates, with Ollie. It's like, if Ollie had got a DM, we'd have been fine. Well, why did he go and get Sancho then? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He sanctioned a £75 million shit winger. So Arteta's been doing the same. Don't be saying, he's not got a striker. Well, why is he not got a striker? You need to be telling me this.
Yeah.
So you're so right. And the thing is as well, what we've just done the Gyökeres episode, and what did I say about Amorim? And we finished it with how much pressure's on Ruben Amorim if Gyökeres and Buemo sign, because that's the question I want to be asking. And to your point, there's going to be this thing where Sesko comes in, he's not very good, and then people will be going, well, we need a striker.
Yeah.
You're going to be back. It's Groundhog Day. And then it's Garnacho. Oh, well, Garnacho's not that much better than Martinelli, if at all. It's like, well, you've just spent 50 million on him.
Yeah, but don't worry, because he's young. And it leads to this project thing as well. Do you know one thing I like about Amorim? I've not heard that fucking word once. Do you know why?
He acknowledges it, yeah.
Because top managers don't need to do that. And anyone could say whether they think Amorim's shit or not. I actually don't. I genuinely believe he's approached the situation. Yes, of course, last year was awful, but I think he's taking the steps where United are going forward. They're signing the right players. They're signing the right profile of players. And I don't think Amorim is at all... I think he can be a big dog because he's going out there and he's going, no, I will go and take Gyökeres. We know they're calling Sporting. They want him. If Gyökeres wants to move, he will...
Pressure, yeah.
He will 100% have him.
Yeah.
Now, that does lamp a load of pressure on because Amorim knows if he comes in, Gyökeres, and he scores 2 goals by Christmas, he knows he's probably sacked. Now, Arteta, in similar thinking, will know he's in a similar boat. He knows now this whole trophy thing is going to become an issue soon.
Yeah.
If he goes and lamps on him, it creates more of a negative situation for him. And I think the reason he's doing it is by design. And I would be seriously concerned at this point because if you want to sign big, for me, I don't know why you would be looking at Benjamin Sesko as your number 9 if you want. If you are serious that you want to go and win a league, you don't go and sign Sesko, and it's as simple as that.
And it's the thought process of everybody involved in the media. If they went and signed Gyökeres, again, there's risk attached. I know people might be watching this and going, well, it's the Portuguese league, but everybody will be sat there going, fuck me, Arsenal actually could win the league now. If when they sign Sesko, I don't change my opinion. I actually think Havertz is probably equal to, if not better. And obviously we'll see what happens.
Is better than Sesko.
But that's the thing. Gyökeres comes in, it's like everybody's expectation comes up here, and is Arteta avoiding that? Why are you not just going for the guy who knows where the net is the most? It's simple. Everyone gets, you know why they're doing it? And it's exact reason why United did it with Højlund, because he's 22, he's 21. What will he look like in 6 years? Well, he might look worse, because Rasmus Højlund has gone worse in a year.
Yeah.
So these are the facts, Christian. People just think it's a natural thing of, we'll just buy any old 20-year-old and they'll be fucking class in 6 years. It rarely works like that. So I'm shocked, mate. And going back to obviously it was the Garnacho episode, but we got onto Sesko, but it is linked. Look, if you want him, I will fucking drive him there right now. And I'm in work in the morning. I'm serious. Book his medical.
mate,
You know
honestly.
what? Book his medical in for 3 a.m. I'll do it.
And tell him to pull his kecks up as well when he's training. What is
Yeah.
he doing? Fucking idiot. Who does he think he is?
Well,
Tupac?
The last conversation he had with Ruben Amorim was, you best hope you find a club to take you. I can't believe it could be Arsenal. I mean, that's mad. Right.
Yeah,
I can't
man,
wait to see
honestly.
this. Look, any Arsenal fans are watching this video, like, no shade on you guys. You are in a position where me and Christian do think you're in a position you could get involved. You've got to, haven't you? Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Me and obviously, if you've listened to the whole episode, we do not think Sesko and Garnacho particularly are not going to get you closer to the finished goal here. What do you think? Are you happy with potentially getting Garnacho off of our hands, and obviously Sesko as well, if you want to include that? Christian, thanks as always for joining us tonight. Appreciate that. It was good fun. If you enjoy the content, hit a like, subscribe, and we'd like to hear from you in the comments. Appreciate that, and we'll see you on the next one.